immediately claimed victory, posting, "Iran has agreed to never close the Strait of Hormuz again." And they never did until the next day when Iran closed the Strait of Hormuz again. Oh.
Stephen Colbert has completely reached his limit. And honestly, after everything happening lately, it's hard to blame him. Over the last few weeks, Donald Trump and several MAGA figures have dominated headlines with nonstop controversy, bizarre online behavior, and political chaos. Colbert took all of it and transformed it into one of the sharpest late-night monologues of the year, delivering joke after joke without missing a beat.
Behind-the-scenes anxiety might explain why Trump spent the entire weekend posting deranged videos praising himself. Like this one with a weird AI narrator.
This is what you voted for. So why are you questioning every decision he makes now that he's back in office? He knows what he's doing.
The story really picked up over the weekend, while most people were relaxing, watching sports, or spending time with family. Meanwhile, Trump was flooding Truth Social with a constant stream of dramatic and confusing posts. Instead of official updates or policy announcements, the president was sharing emotional messages and strange content that quickly became the center of online debate.
Maybe it's time to shut the up and let him cook.
Forget the obscenities, let him cook. Always reassuring when you hear a world leader use Gen Z slang.
Colbert described the situation as a full-scale social media meltdown, and the audience immediately understood the point he was making. The late-night host barely had to exaggerate anything, because the posts themselves already sounded unbelievable. One AI-generated clip even defended Trump by telling critics to stop questioning him and simply let him cook, a phrase that instantly became comedy material online.
Change you wish to see in the world. Wow, fam, I ate with that, no crumbs. And he didn't eat much.
I mean,
He famously rarely ate with that. Little lemon juice.
That phrase alone gave Colbert plenty to work with. He mocked the idea of people using internet meme language to defend major political decisions, joking that the entire situation sounded ridiculous, even by modern social media standards. His reaction perfectly captured how surreal political discourse has become in the middle of non-stop online chaos.
No comment and no context. Tweeted an entire video of Frank Sinatra singing My Way, which, may I remind you, begins like this.
And now the end is near.
But things became even stranger after Trump posted a video of Frank Sinatra singing My Way without any explanation or context. The internet immediately started speculating about the meaning behind it, especially because the song famously begins with lyrics about the end being near. Colbert quickly noticed the symbolism and turned the moment into one of the biggest punchlines of the night.
And so I face the final curtain.
Okay, that's pretty ominous. We haven't heard a president sound that bleak since Reagan.
The late-night host pointed out how unusual it was for a sitting president to post such a dramatic song after an already chaotic weekend of dark and emotional messages. Colbert then compared the tone of Trump's posts to some of the bleakest political moments in modern history, layering references and impressions together in a way that had the audience completely locked in.
Gorbachev, I hurt myself today.
Yeah, huge Trent Reznor fan. Huge Trent Reznor fan.
What made the segment especially powerful was that people online were genuinely reacting with concern. This was not just another late-night comedy clip for viewers to laugh at and forget. Colbert understood that the real story was the growing sense of confusion surrounding the non-stop social media activity. So instead of over-explaining everything, he simply highlighted the absurdity and let viewers connect the dots themselves.
And for FBI Director Kash Patel, because on Friday, The Atlantic published an expose that paints Patel as erratic suspicious of others, and prone to excessive drinking, leading many at the Bureau to consider him a national security.
While Trump was dominating headlines online, Colbert also shifted attention towards several MAGA allies, including FBI Director Kash Patel. Reports and discussions surrounding Patel's behavior became another major topic during the monologue, with Colbert sarcastically reacting to claims that raised questions about professionalism and leadership inside the administration.
Patel's alleged boozing habits. Apparently, he is known to drink to the point of obvious intoxication, and it's so bad that meetings and briefings have had to be rescheduled for later in the day as a result of his alcohol.
Colbert delivered some of his strongest jokes while discussing reports about Patel allegedly struggling through meetings and causing concern among staff members. One of the biggest audience reactions came when Colbert joked about officials supposedly needing extreme measures just to wake Patel up for important responsibilities. The combination of disbelief and humor made the segment instantly memorable.
Once he was unreachable behind locked doors, so they had to request breaching equipment, which is normally used by SWAT and hostage rescue teams to quickly gain entry to buildings. Wow! Breaching equipment. I've been drunk, but I've never been battering ram drunk.
Of course, Patel publicly pushed back against the criticism and accused the media of targeting him unfairly. Colbert mocked the response by pointing out how confidently administration allies attack journalists anytime damaging stories begin circulating. The audience especially reacted to the contrast between the serious allegations and the aggressive media counterattacks that followed.
A drunk guy in line at McDonald's, Patel is fighting back. He strongly denies everything. And he filed a lawsuit against The Atlantic, which he announced over the weekend on the Fox News.
The results, I say, speak for themselves. If the fake news mafia isn't hitting you personally...
As if that wasn't enough controversy for 1 week, Trump also managed to create headlines involving the Vatican and Pope Leo XIV. Colbert reacted with total disbelief that political tensions had somehow expanded into a public feud involving the Catholic Church. The absurdity of the situation immediately became one of the standout moments of the monologue.
Social media posting, "Woe to those who manipulate religion and the very name of God for their own military, economic, and political gain, dragging that which is sacred into darkness and filth." Damn, Trump!
Colbert also revisited Trump's Easter weekend posts, including aggressive messages aimed at Iran that sparked major online reactions. While families were celebrating the holiday, social media suddenly became filled with political threats and dramatic statements. Colbert used exaggerated impressions and satire to highlight how chaotic the messaging sounded to the average viewer.
9 o'clock gave a national primetime address. It was concise, intelligent, and brought the nation together with shared purpose. April Fools. Trump.
One of the funniest moments came during Colbert's April Fool's Day segment, when he pretended Trump was about to address the nation during primetime television. For a few seconds, the audience genuinely thought something major had happened, before Colbert suddenly revealed the joke. The studio erupted because everyone immediately understood how believable the setup actually sounded.
Fire was endangered when Trump said this Thursday night.
I don't want to be a wise guy. I don't want to speak too soon, but we do very well. You noted that we're doing very well, and I will say the war in Iran is going along swimmingly. We can do whatever we want.
Behind all the comedy, though, Colbert was making a much larger point about political culture and public behavior. He argued that many MAGA figures operate with extreme confidence, even while reports behind the scenes suggest growing uncertainty and panic. According to Colbert, that gap between public messaging and private concern has become impossible to ignore.
The Wall Street Journal, behind Trump's public bravado on the war, he is privately grappling with just how badly things could go wrong. Not exactly confidence boosting. Reminds me of that sign from Friday Night Lights. Clear eyes, full hearts. I'm kind of freaking out that we're all gonna die.
That observation became one of the strongest themes of the entire monologue. Publicly, the messaging is always that everything is under control and going perfectly. But according to multiple reports discussed during the segment, private conversations often paint a much more nervous and uncertain picture. Colbert focused heavily on that contradiction because he believes it explains much of today's political chaos.
He wants the DOJ to pay him $230 million, which, from the sound of this audience, is obviously ridiculous. But since he won the election, technically as president, he could now, in effect, order the government to pay him.
By the end of the segment, Colbert made it clear that his goal is bigger than simply making jokes. He believes comedy can help people process confusing political moments by exposing contradictions, highlighting absurd behavior, and forcing viewers to pay attention. Whether people agree with him or not, one thing is obvious. His late-night commentary continues shaping online political conversations in a major way.